to the latest on the growing flu numbers. Cases are surging here in New York earlier than expected, and with so many planning to travel and gather with their families for the holidays, we've got our expert team here to help keep you healthy. And we're starting with you, Rhiannon Alley. Good morning, Rhiannon. Tell us what's happening here.
Hey, Rebecca. Yes, it is ramping up. We're talking 3 million people already have confirmed cases of the flu across the country, and at least 1,200 people have died so far. Cases are expected to rise even higher than that, as you mentioned, as people gather for the holidays. And places like Louisiana, Colorado, and New York have been hit especially hard. Some communities here in the Northeast registered the highest level of the flu cases in the country. At one private school in Brooklyn, New York, at least 200 students stayed home sick or were sent home with flu-like symptoms. And in Texas, seeing a third straight week with at least 5,000 hospital and clinic visits, that is double the amount of just last year. Now, the dominant strain of the flu virus that is circulating this season is a new variant. It is known as subclade K. Its mutations are likely responsible for this sharp rise in activity that's been seen abroad. And we're already seeing officials across the country taking action in an effort to slow the spread. School districts around the country are moving to remote learning or even dismissing for break early. One in Kansas had 25 to 35% of its students call out sick on Monday. Some had the flu and even RSV. And at hospitals, patients, visitors, and healthcare staffers are having to wear masks again, while others, like Detroit Medical Center, have even started limiting the number of visitors, guys.
Okay, Rhiannon, thanks. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula, is here. Tell us more about this new variant.
We've been talking about this a lot, and you heard from Rhiannon. The CDC has sampled here in this country, and the majority are coming back H3N2, with majority of the H3N2 being that subclade K. We know that that has undergone about 7 mutations over the course of the summer, so it is not a perfect match for the current flu vaccine. That being said, data from the UK shows us that the vaccine can decrease hospitalizations in kids by about 70 to 75%, in adults by about 30 to 40%. We know that we're already seeing cases here in this country. You heard almost 3 million infected with the flu, 30,000 hospitalizations, 1,200 deaths. Last season here was a difficult one, 500,000 hospitalizations, the worst since 2010, and 288 pediatric deaths. So really important for people to get the vaccine, especially before travel coming up. It takes about 2 weeks to build up those antibodies.
And you said it. All of this is coming to a head just as people are gearing up to travel. Gio and Gio, our transportation correspondent Gio is here. How can people help protect themselves, Gio?
Well, remember, we've seen record travel numbers, right? 82 million people traveling for Thanksgiving, the most ever, most of them by car, of course, but many by air. So if you're going through the airport, one nice new option is that touch-free security lane that takes a picture of your face and compares it to your government photo. You have to opt into this option with your airline, so check with them to see how you do that. This also is usually the fastest lane, so that's nice. And once you get on board, here's what I do on every flight. A flight attendant usually gives you one of those alcohol wipes, but bring some of your own if you want. Wipe down the armrest, the tray table, touch screen if there's one, the seat belt, the air vent, basically any major touch points. As far as a mask, obviously they're not required, but bring one anyway, because sometimes the person next to you might be coughing, so you can put that on. And of course, if you might be sick, either don't travel at all or at least wear that mask.
Yeah, great advice there.
All right.
All right, thank you, Gio. Thank you, Doc. And thank you, Rhiannon.